ẹ̀yin èèyàn ọ̀rọ̀ justice for Mohbad ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ gangan ní báyìí torí bàbá lọ́yà Wahab Shittu ó ti dé Jinijini ti bolẹ̀ ní káàmpù àwọn aráabí ibi tí wọ́n fojú sí ọ̀nà ògbàbẹ̀ lọ pé bàbá Wahab kàn tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ yọjú sílé ẹjọ́ ṣẹ́rí àwọn tó bá wà ní kòrónà níjẹta àwọn ni wọ́n lè mọ ohun tá à ń sọ yìí tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ akọni níwájú adájọ́ kí odidi sound kó dúó magistrate gan mọ̀ pé nǹkan kan ṣẹlẹ̀ now ẹ̀yin èèyàn mo mú fọ́nrán yìí wá ń sìn ṣe rí eléyìí ẹ máa mọ̀ wípé ìdájọ́ òdodo ti dé ẹni tó lè ṣiṣẹ́ ló gbaṣẹ́ yìí ṣe rí gbogbo èyí tí rìpọ́ọ̀tù èyí tí wọ́n kà ẹ kàn sì gbé yẹn sápá kan o tẹ́ bá sọ pé kéèsì ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni ẹ gbọ́ èdè kan tí bàbá yẹn pè ní bàbá yẹn pè dé kan ó ní ohun tí wọ́n kà yẹn rìpọ́ọ̀tù yẹn wà suspicious something like that but ṣe rí fọ́nrán tí mo mú wá kẹ́yìn èèyàn kẹwò yìí òun gangan lè fi máa ní òye wípé kéèsì ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni torí ẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó yẹ pé ẹ̀rù ti ń bà pé ṣé wá tán náà nìyẹn ṣé Mohbad wà ní ìdájọ́ òdodo gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ o tẹ bá ń gbọ́ battlefield gangan ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni torí ẹ̀ ló jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ kí n mú fọ́nrán yìí wá fẹ́yìn èèyàn kẹwàá gbọ́ now ẹ rí i pé ńgbà tí justice for Mohbad bẹ̀rẹ̀ oríṣiríṣi là ń rí ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀rọ̀ ti débi tá à ń lọ gangan báyìí àní ní káàmpù àwọn ará bí pẹ̀lú àwọn òròyìn tó ń tẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́ wọ́n ti ń sá kolobakoloba wọ́n ti ń gbọ̀n wípé ọ̀rọ̀ tá a rò pé ó ti kúrewérebo ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni bọ̀ mi ò lẹ́jọ́ púpọ̀ tí mo fẹ́ rò bẹ́yìn náà bá wo fọ́nrán èyí tí mo mú wáyé ní tí mo ń sọ gan yóò ṣe kíni yóò yí ẹ̀yin gan máa mọ̀ fúnra yín within yourselves wípé ọ̀rọ̀ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni now ẹ bá mi ṣí àìkó kan gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń pòǹgbẹ fún ìdájọ́ òdodo lórí ikú òjijì tí Mohbad kú ẹ bá mi ṣí àìkó dọ́dọ̀ wọn ẹ wo bó ṣe jẹ́ lápapẹ̀ yẹn òun lélẹ̀ fọ́nrán tí mo ń sọ gangan òun lélẹ̀.
The fact that Sam Wahab went to represent Baba Mohbad's family yesterday, Falana I know, ó dá mi lójú dé anywhere, him body go shake. Him body go shake. See, let me tell you, you have to work according to the system of Nigeria, which is what I advised angrily, because I used to say it behind to the only few people I talked to, Mr. Miwa. I used to say, but they didn't do it. They didn't. Whoa, bossy mi lẹ́nu. Mo dẹ̀ wá, mo dẹ̀ fàjà. Mo dẹ̀ sọ fún wọn pé, wo, Odúmọ̀ṣù yóò ṣe nǹkan kan. Kò ṣe nothing. How can you go and tell a child to go and be representing a case as a case that will mark a landmark? This case is not a baby's case. This is a serious case. Ẹ wá ní kí ọmọ kékeré kan kó lọ máa represent daddy ẹ wá ní London. The lawyer Gogo is in London. When you know that Falana, a son. Do you know that in Nigeria it's about feathers? Like, look at the way that son to lọ represent Walano. Do you notice that I see something going to happen? That son to lọ represent Walano. Look at his ìdúró, you know, maybe by the way. It's a son. And it's not a son that that's in incubator or just a fetus. It's a son that probably called to bench. The judge, when he was called to bench, the judge, this man has been a son before the judge. They respect it. The reason, because when that judge gone, Judge Terry, probably when he was called to bench, she was called to bench, sorry, he has already been a son. Or guy Loshije, that is my line. And all these things that they have said yesterday, can I tell you people the truth? It is not over until it is over. Ask me why. And I heard that man say it. Oh, in this country, there are many cases, precedents, many. I was even still asking my boss, do they have anything? Is there anything like a decomposition of autopsy? You understand? When they take specimen and they tell you that there's decomposition. My boss was able to express some things to me. In fact, if you rape to death, then you tí ó bá sì lọ gbé cups ẹ̀ jáde, òyìnbó sì máa sọ, wọ́n sì máa rí sperm yẹn after 1 year nínú òkú, and wọ́n sì máa, when they will take the specimen, they will still tell you that it is your sperm. Do you know that there are so many things that they can do even after? They will say 50 years gone. They will remove skeleton and they will still do some tests and they will tell you the result and it will be accurate from the lineage of that family. What are you telling me? There are many precedences. And that's why that man, the son, said something. This one is not, and you know, in Nigeria, they respect feather. Assuming it's still that child of the Odumosu that's still going, or lie, ibiti wo day, wo ti le debe. Go and write it. Emi mo sọ fún yín. Because this is how Nigeria operates. They look at who you are in politically, legally, financially, churchily, spiritually. They become. If my pastor now enters the place, pastor me. But Adeboye, that is how Nigeria operates, and you have to go in the line of how Nigeria operates. Hence my reason why I said the lawyer that they are using is doing nothing. Now, the man they employ the service, I know that Falana is having bastard unrest. And that man, they are on the right path. The only thing is, I do not know how Baba Mohbad can make sure to tell the man he needs to, all the petition. Do you know they can charge them? Falana did it now during Timothy's case. Shebo òun ló gbé ẹni tó pa Timothy, kí lorúkọ man yẹn, òun ló charge sí court. Yes, he was charged to court for murder. They can do it. They will petition everybody that was with Mohbad. Now they have to deal with facts of the case. Kí wọ́n gbé gbogbo wọn, kí wọ́n petition wọn. Falana did it during Timo. Falana volunteered himself. He did it. He did it. They couldn't find waiting time, Kenina. But what did they do? All they did was fact-finding. Fact-finding. He was charged to court for so thing. Would they feel facts? Not if he defend the case in here. Fact-finding. What are you people saying to me? Are you people getting me? So, if they can do that, that is what Baba San, they have this. Let me tell you one thing. Ganifa Wunmi, he didn't come out with a good grade when he was called to bow. Go and find out the story about Ganifa Wunmi. But you know what? How they do things in Nigeria is that the more he became human rights activist lawyer, the more cases he won. On floor, Gbogbo Awon to come out with first class. That's how it works in Nigeria. Who you know, how you stand, will your name, push a ring the bell. That if Falana, when Falana handled Timothy's case, remember he only went to the court maybe 3 times. he was not sending his junior staff, knowing fully well that he was right on ground in Nigeria. Hence my anger towards Odumosu. I said, no, you can't be in London and you'll be sending your child to the court. Did you see the way the man gave the public feedback? Did you see the way that man gave us feedback? He's working with the public. Yes, we cannot have private access to him. Fine. That's his son. Who has private access to Falana? Do you see Falana coming out to talk anyhow, or be going to TikTok and be talking to people, or coming to this and be talking to him? No. He spoke to us in public so that we understand what and where the situation is. And the court have told him that he should get a comprehensive report from the pathologist. And when he gets it, he has to sit down. And when he sits down, as a son, they will know the loopholes. They will know everything. And this is the beginning of the case. You know, yesterday, I was like this. I was like, because me worry that, remember when they brought out Mohbad, his body still was coming out with fresh blood. So how could they have said he has decomposed? Definitely, the moment that case got to Berekete, that is when Lagos State governor decided to do something. They pack everything about Mohbad somewhere before. They did not do anything. Ajay, they didn't do anything. Tori mo joko mo ro. I looked, I spoke to my boss. My boss told me, I said, how is it possible that, you know, where we are not experts in that field, but how is it possible to exhume somebody 9 days after the exhumation of this corpse? Then they said it had decomposed. How is it possible? It was when Berekete called them. That's when they can. And of course, decomposed everything. Because he was decomposed. It wasn't that 9 days that he was assumed that action was taken. It is not possible. Even 9 days, even 20 days, even 1 month, is still not possible. Everything is still able to find. I'm telling you, we have many cases. There's an Irish case that a woman was actually raped to death. And the sperm and the test was done after a year. Yes, they took whatever they did to take from the man. And by the time they did the test, by the time the result, and it did take 6 weeks for the result to come out. By the time it matched the, you know, when they say something, motive, anything could be a motive towards any, so it could be that you want to steal from somebody, or they decide to rape, and from there, MRE, you know, koto. So any rape woman, they rape eton, they rape eton, owo to fẹ́ gbàgbọ́ nǹkan tó ṣe, but they did not know pé òun ló pa, wo mọ̀ pé òun gan ló rape, but Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ṣe, they did that test, they exhumed this woman. There's an Irish case like that, and many cases like that, that they will do tests of anything for years, and they will find it. What do you think? Kilo phone. Bring down your volume. You understand? What do you think? How do you think they say experts should come and advise the court? You go and talk to a pathologist. There's a pathologist on Instagram. Go and type a question like, is it true that after a test is done, and you exhume a corpse and a specimen they are taken from this corpse body for blah 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 blah? Is it true that the corpse would have decomposed after 9 days? Even write 20 days, write 1 year for tests like knowing what took the life of Mo. You will come back and tell me. You will come back and tell me. I'm not in the medical field. I am in the legal field. And we have cases that says it is so possible to sperm or over lára èèyàn wo de ìmọ̀ after a year. So then the body ṣé ni ó ti decompose ni? Then ó ti decompose ni? How did they do it? It is what pathologists do. They dissect. They know what to take. They know what to do. So this is the beginning of the case. They should petition all of them. The ongoing petition, they should put more to it. They should bring them back to the inquest, because when they say it's undetermined, I'm not teaching the son, but I believe in due course, Baba Mo, I bet the son forget it. Mo wo san yẹn, mo wo dúró ẹ̀. Ha! Mo de mo lọ wo resume ẹ̀. This man, I know he can do it, and I know only information kan tí mo gbọ́, they are in shock. But that man is representing Baba Mohbad. Àfojúdi yẹn ó ti reduce. They are in shock. They are in shock. I just pray that that man is motivated to truly get justice for them. That's my only prayers. That man, I know that Falan know he gets running stomach. Mo shock pa, because he is my line. I know how we respect son in Nigeria, how they respect each other, even the judge, how they respect their son. Because some of them, when they were called to bench, these ones have been sons. Or Gawoni. That's what they do in Nigeria. They respect such a. Look at Portable's case. Look at Portable's petition. Look at how they use petition to carry Portable like a crocodile. Ọlọ́run your Portable and the wife wo fún lábàrá ó wà nínú mọ́tò tó ń pariwo mama. Look at what petition can do. And you see, I will still say it. And I pray that, you see, sometimes it's not about talking, it's about action. And I believe that Mr. Miwa is seeing what I was saying. Then, I advised then, this is Nigeria. Petition needs to, you need to do petition. That is how I was saying they should tell Odumosu, do petition. That is how Nigeria operates. And since you know that that is how that country operates, you are, because normally abroad doesn't operate that way. But this is how Nigeria operates. When they carry petition, go for court, now they give court order. Immediately, they ask them to go and arrest bench warrants. They ask them to go and arrest Portable. They arrested him like a crocodile. Ribo shemu Portable. Wallahi. Bo dieku at the station. Ya je Portable, ya je yawe. Do look, what was his crime? What was his crime? Do you know what his crime was? His crime was that he bought a car worth 27 million. The way they arrested him, he was owing for car. He bought car, Benz, 27 million. He had, of course, a contract was between himself and the seller, the woman, the yellow woman. And his first month or so of using the car, he then said that the car is not good and everything. He was meant to be paying in installments and everything. The car is not good. Okay. The woman is not a troublesome woman. I was told. or I learned. Yeah? But I said, okay, return the car. Let me sell it to somebody else. But they had agreements of payment pattern, installments, you understand? And Portable said, okay. But Portable refused to return the car. After saying the car is not good, he's not interested anymore. Okay, look at it. Be sincere. If it's abroad, you go and report at the station. Police will never, they will never take the case to court. Never. Because it's a civil case. Are you making sense from it? But Nigeria's system being what it is, you have to use veto power. As long as you have the money, you are in your rights. Yeah? Like the case of Mohbad is so clear that, oh, it's a mysterious death. Immediately that day, Baba Mo, yeah, is supposed to arrest everybody. Let's assume that the man couldn't think straight, definitely, because he was not in his right frame of mind. Okay? Later on, when they are supposed to arrest everybody. It should be charged to court immediately. It's in that there that they will be doing their inquest in the courts, in the behind custody. That's where he is now. But what's his name? This guy. What is the crime of the wife? The lady said, "Oh, video that she was videoing," which is normal. You don't know the people that have come to carry your wife, be your husband. Maybe you will start be steadily be videoing. They carry that woman too. You understand? And Portable was doing style. They went to arrest him based on, it was claimed that they have invited him to court. No evidence to show that. To station, no evidence. But I know that the woman must have been calling him, definitely. And he's probably saying, hey, talking like a nuisance. Well, definitely. But here, they won't arrest you because he didn't steal the car. He's not a thief. Olaja, ko sanwo ni. And what is the agreement? If he doesn't pay, he will return the car. Their own is that you will get, he has to give you your car back. You understand? So the police won't take the pains to come and arrest you like a nuisance. But that is how Nigeria is. Police man gba owo pa, o man arrest for owing. Obo dajo, if you are doing kini won ma pajo ni oyibo, and you didn't do your own, police comes. Police comes. Ko wa dajo te, because even police gon dajo lowo. Only the police kan lo kan abi yawo police. Police will come in Nigeria. So that is, they are both super son. Falana and Shittu known each other very. Yes. So there's no way. There is no way. Mohbad's case. This man, I know they are on the right track with this man. This man will make sure he looks at all the loopholes when they give him the comprehensive. He looks at all the loopholes. But let's hear what this guy said in the court. Because I see that man leaning so much. And that's why I said, when stuff like this happen, and we are highly disappointed with what the government have done, there's always a way out. The way out is what I see the son, he said it publicly, informing us. And what did he say? He said there are developments. And what are the development? It is what this guy said. Let us listen to the person in the court that is an eyewitness to all that transpired in the court. Let him explain to us everything. Falana may not feel threatened. You know the way you lawyers work. I understand, but he will know that yes, for Shittu Wahab's son to be there, it's weighty. I know what I'm saying. Even the judges, they respect sounds like that. The same way they respect Falana, that's the same manner they will respect this man. It matters a lot in cases like this. I'm telling you, this is the way Nigeria operates. Even here, they operate like that too. Some firms, there are some well-established firms that has been 1840 something. Would you compare them to a beginner? Some of them is this firm that sponsored me. The firm that sponsored me, it was their generation that owned the firm. They have different, that sponsored my masters. They have different branches. It matters a lot. Oh, tell us exactly what happened yesterday, please. We want to know. We are particular about what happened yesterday. If you can remember word for word, give it to us. How it happened. Most importantly, the cross-examining of Prime Boy. Thank you so much. God bless you.
All right. Thank you so much. The first thing I want to say is that nobody is actually talking about. And I came on live today and I talked about that thing. That it is so striking, and I am not saying that there should be anything, but I am only being curious about that thing. When the magistrate walked in, and when Prime Boy was talking, in the middle of his talk, the magistrate stood up and said that they were calling her based in respect of the matter. And she went for about maybe 5 minutes or less, and she came back. So I was so surprised that is it possible for a court proceeding to be going on and a judge or a magistrate will say that she was being called, as regarding that matter. Now, the details of why she was called was not known. She didn't come back and say, okay, this is it. She didn't give us any explanation. But, I think the magistrate owes us, what that call was actually about. So, and that was that. So we
can I say something there? Can I say something there? It can happen. Right. Sometimes we hear or stand in the courts, and the only thing is that if it was that the judge said to you people that it is in regard of what was being,
yes,
yeah. So she didn't owe that to anybody. She used her discretion in saying it. She didn't owe that to anybody, and probably it's not even true. It may not be, because if it is in regard to the case, would she have told you people? So no, that's why I'm saying that I don't think it can happen. The judge can at any time decide to stand in the court or stand, and for different reasons, you understand. Like the last time people were there, that she said she wasn't feeling well. Do you get what I mean? So I don't think I understand where you're going to, but I don't think we should mean it on that, really, to be sincere.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So I think the inquiry started with Prime Boy, and where he was narrating. It was not just narrating, because the questions were so much. The questions were so much, and he talked about. He said he has known Mohbad for 20 years, and they asked him what happened, in that car, and on the day of the show. Said nothing seriously happened. That Mohbad was fine. Mohbad was okay. And but they asked him that they asked him about the sitting position. He narrated. He said Darusha was sitting beside the driver. He was sitting behind Darusha and the second row. Then Wunmi at the middle. Then Mohbad at the back of the driver, the other side, and spending at the back. Said Mohbad told him to go and clear the car, and that he wants to leave. And he said, when he went, he was just going and coming, and he got tired, and he said that but they were quarreling. That he said they asked him what were they quarreling about? What were they quarreling? He said that they were just talking that it was like that Wunmi made mention of a girl, and Mohbad was like, "Oh, why did you talk about this?" That was actually why when they go to Ibute, according to him, and the quarrel continued. Why are you talking about this? Why I'm going to show? Why do you bring up this matter? Then it was like, Wunmi was not like, show Sheni, like, didn't he do it? Something like that. But he was, calming them, even when they were going, that you stop, that, this is not the right place, that they were just talking, but he was just trying to calm them down. And so when they got to the show, he left and all of those things. He said the Prado car did not follow them, because they didn't know that Wunmi was going to be going with them, so they had to order for another Prado, but they've gone already. So the second Prado came to meet them at the show. And he said when they got down, he went down, that Wunmi was in the car, that, they asked him that what happened after the show. He said the quarrel continued, that the quarrel continued, the argument continued, and Bad was telling that he wants to leave, that, he said, he also said that when they were going to the show, that Wunmi wanted to come down of the car when they got to a boutique. That
on their way.
But on their way, yes. Okay. On their way. That but they were like telling the driver to stop, that she was telling the driver to stop. The driver said want to stop, that he was not like Brandon said that you want to stop me, something like that. At the end of the day, they all went to the show. So when they were coming back, the quarrel continued, still in that show. And they said asking that, did he hear what was the nature of the quarrel? That, have you ever heard anything Mohbad said about, the paternity of the child or thereabout? He said that the only thing he heard when he moved closer to the car, when they were talking, when they were arguing, was when Mohbad said that, he spoke it in Yoruba, that Nkono Mobesun. And lọ́jọ́ kejì wá ní pé ó ti lóyún, ṣé mo mọ̀ bóyá mi mo ní bàbá ọmọ yìí. That was what he said. Like, the first day I met with you once, and you came back and you said you're pregnant. How am I so sure that I'm the father of this child? That was what he said. He said, but then he said he feels that maybe Mohbad was, angry at that time. That was why he made, that statement. So they asked him that that what happened, that he didn't know about the court, the injury Mohbad had. He said Mohbad did know that there was no injury, that nothing happened, and there was no fight, that he didn't fight with Mohbad. Said when the quarrel continued, and when he sat down, that he had to tell Mohbad to stop, and Mohbad felt that he was not on his side, and Mohbad came down of the car to the other side and opened the car and started telling him to come down of the car, to get out of the car, that who is it to be telling him about his family, all those things, blah, 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 and he started hitting him while he be sitting on the car. That initially he did not want to come down because he felt that he was joking, and he felt that it would be embarrassing for him to come down. So it was just like, okay, it's okay, now just normal way of trying to like pacify Mohbad. Then he now said that when he was eating, that the security people now came. He said the two reasons why he didn't fight Mohbad was was the fact that there were security people there. And he was feeling embarrassed, that he would feel embarrassed. So said the security people came to hold him, that they held him, and they now asked him to come down of the car. So that was when he now decided to go and meet Obi Kubana and explain to him, and Obi Kubana told him to stay on the stage with the security person that is there to stay with him. And since then, that was when later, after some minutes, he saw his director, and he said they've gone, and all of those things. So he said he didn't know about any wound or any. So another question that they asked him was about the CCTV, that if he has ever made mention of the CCTV. He said yes, that Mohbad has once told him about the CCTV. That there was the time he went to his dad that he said something happened in Belash mother's house, and it was due to CCTV they were able to see that, and he said he was going to install it. So he said this last time that he went, that he told him that that he has installed the system, that himself was seeing it in the parlor. So they now told him that is it so to say that whatever thing that must have happened in the parlor that CCTV will have seen it. He said yes. So they asked him again if Mohbad had any mental illness and all of those things. He said Mohbad is fine. He said they asked him if he has maybe if he has a kind of mental health that maybe he cannot remember his password or whatever. He said the only time that he have seen Mohbad, and Mohbad is fine, and Mohbad usually presses his phone himself. So I think based on contrary things that people have said about Mohbad, he said whenever time he see him, that is okay. And they asked him that was he sick, before the show, or maybe Saturday night or all of those things. He said that Mohbad is strong, that someone that can go to show, then it means he's okay. So one of the lawyers also now asked him that, okay, when he now said that when he got home, when he got to the house, on Saturday, that Mohbad left him maybe around 9 or thereabouts. That Mohbad left him to go and sleep, and maybe after 12 in the midnight, Mohbad came back, and he said that you are still here. And I said, I say that he has not slept. And I said no, that he didn't come and sleep. That he came to enjoy himself. So the lawyer now asked him that what did he mean? That what was his intention for saying that he wasn't here to come and sleep? Or and I said because he came here to enjoy with him now, and while they were enjoying, he went to go and sleep, which is normal. Sometimes you can have your friend to come and visit you, and you might get tired and bored. You just have to leave the person and to go and have it. So he said, so that was what happened. He said Mohbad did not tell him anything about the show until when he slept and woke up, and in the middle of the night, around that maybe 12:02. That was when he told him about the show, and that was when he told him that his own brother too is celebrating his birthday, and they said, no, that when they come back from the show on Sunday, and I said the reason why he wasn't even prepared for the show because he took only one clothes with him, to go to. That was why. That I think that was, basically at some point, Prime Boy was not, it was getting, I would say maybe irritated with the question. Let me just say this, that, I think I was able to see Prime Boy for who he is. That aggressive nature, maybe when he's being asked questions and all of those things, he actually displayed it there. So I think I'm saying this in respect that people that might feel maybe he is rude or this, I can say, that I think that is, if he can display it in court, then I think that is just who he is. So it is now left for us to now, try as much as possible to work with him the way we want to work with him. So just to, work the way we want to work with him. So, but although he was warned and he was, talked to that he need to calm down, and because more of the questions were like repetition. I think he saw it that more of them were like repetition. So it was like, you have said this, you have said that, and all of those things. So basically that is what I can remember about what Prime Boy have said in total. Maybe if there's any question,
so he actually displayed that, because me, I've said it a few times. I said I can't stand talking to them, because when they talk, it's as if they are rude. So for him to have displayed it in the court, that means that is him. Even Portable, Portable, for fence. Do you understand? Portable is scared of police and courts. So if you go to the courts, it's like you are standing in front of an authority. If you are in the court and you can be cautioned of your mannerism of talking, that means that is his nature. That is him. is naturally like that. Okay, so he was cautioned, of course, by who? By the judge, or
yeah, by the magistrate.
by
And
the
in fact, at a point, the lawyer himself, the Lagos State lawyer, that was asking him questions at that time, one was also exhibited, a reaction
really.
that was like, "Don't talk to me like that." It was like it wanted to be like a kind of argument. See, it wanted to be like yes, it wanted to be like, because the way he responded to the question, like he was even using question to answer question. So the Lagos State lawyer was like, "Don't talk to me like that. You can't talk to me like that." And that was when his lawyer stood up, and the judge now, his lawyer talked to him. Then the judge now also talked to him that he needs to calm down, talk, and answer the question respectfully. So I think that was just it.
Okay. So now another thing is, okay, so in that area, so who asked me the question? Was it Shittu San?
No, the only question that the son asked, he was actually asking, I think he asked the question towards the DNA.
Okay.
I think he was asking the question towards the DNA and towards maybe the paternity of the child. But when he asked about the paternity of the child, the judge had to step in. Maybe he has heard about who has been linked with the paternity of the child, or all of those. The judge
so it was overruled.
No, that it cannot. That kind of question cannot be entertained. That the paternity of the child has nothing to do with. But Shittu argued that this is an homicide case, and everything that has to do with it must not be left unturned. And they reminded the magistrate that since this is the murder case, that the court should be interested in hearing every details, especially as regarding the fact that he said that he doesn't know if he's the owner of the child that that he alleged that Mohbad have said. So I think the judge, his son, did well. He was able to argue out his point. He was able to face the lawyer, the magistrate, and firm on his words. But then I think he has to still respect the magistrate.
So the son, of course, argued it. Then it was overruled. They will get to that point at one point or the other. I believe so. So what is it? That somebody is saying that, is it true that Prime Boy said that Mo called the child a B? Show Sobe.
That what?
Mi ò lè pè dáadáa because bó ṣe kọ́.
No. Okay, is it true that Prime Boy said that the Mohbad called the child a bastard? No. There was nothing like that. There was there was nothing that relates to that at all.
What he said was that he overheard Mohbad saying that the child Mohbad soon. That's I knocked you once and you came back saying that you are pregnant. So he's not even sure if he's the father of the child. Is that what he means? Or what? How did he say it?
Yes. So that's what he said. That is exactly what he said. He said they come over soon. They come over soon. They want to kechi. They want to pay otiloyin.
So that's just all what he said. So I think people just use that word, to finalize it. So what about the area of so the Lagos State lawyers, they did their own. Then so his own lawyer, uncle, they ask him any question because
his own lawyer did not ask him a tough question. He just asked him about his introduction and just make him understand that. Then he reaffirmed everything that he have said. He let him to reaffirm what he had said. He didn't ask him anything. It was only the Lagos State lawyer, Shittu, a lawyer representing, this Falano, yeah, and
okay, that was lawyer, the one from Falano. What did they ask question?
Yeah, their question was more technical.
Okay.
And it was more of also, it was the one that asked that question, that what was his motive when he said that he wasn't in that house to sleep. You know, and he also said that he put it to him that Primeboy was not a good friend. You know, because they asked him if at any point in time Primeboy Mohbad must have confided in him. He said he doesn't know of that. Mohbad doesn't tell him, you know, anything. Like, you know, maybe they see that. But the only incident, they asked him if he knows anything about Naira Marley, if Mohbad has ever said anything about Naira Marley. You know, he said he talked about the show, you know, when he was shooting, that when he saw these small scratches on Mohbad's face, they had to ask him that what happened. He said it was Sam Larry that, you know, that came to, you know, attack him, and but he said that he said they've settled it, and also that he said the matter is in police station, and he said, and when he said something like that, he had to keep quiet and he didn't say anything again, because since he said the matter is already in police station. Then they asked him about Wunmi as well. Said, why did he text, you know, Wunmi, that is he close to Wunmi? It was the Fanado lawyer that was asking that question. He said he wasn't close to Wunmi, that he's not close to Wunmi at all. Then he asked him that why didn't he text Mohbad? He said he was not asking that. I said, why would he text Mohbad? He said someone that embarrassed him. That, you know, that embarrassed him on the show. That he said that the lawyer now said that if he was a good friend, that he wouldn't still be angry, you know, about all of it. He said he has to be angry because he was embarrassed. So and he was waiting for Mohbad to call him and apologize and settle it out with him the next day. So he said that was just it. He said that he's not close to Wunmi. He said, and he mentioned all the things that Wunmi, you know, the text message. He said, Wunmi said, don't come yet. I would let you know when to come. When he said that he needed to carry his bags and his bags from their place.
And of course, he should still have that message in his WhatsApp.
Of course, it's definitely real. It's an evidence. He's going to use that as evidence.
So what about the pathologist?
Pathology, autopsy. Yeah, that one was
so autopsy too. Did they read the autopsy or the toxicology?
Yeah, I think what the man just did, it wasn't as if it was read. He just summarized it.
Okay.
You know,
Can we say that both is out? So there's no result from the autopsy coming up aside what was read.
No, there is not. I don't think so.
So that is it. All that we are expecting. Knew what he released here.
Yeah, I think so. That is it, because they were able to show us pictures.
Okay.
Of Mohbad.
At what point?
And when he finished his explanations, and when he said that the cause of death was uncertain, then they began to show us all the pictures they took on his body, and you know, some of the things that they check on his body, they showed us on a slide. And he said that they took, according to the pathologist, he said they took samples on his body. They took his liver, they took his kidney, they took they checked his bone marrow, they took his bone marrow, and I think blood, something, I can't remember the name, something fluid anyway, that they took it, and that was what they checked. Even some part of his brain was also checked. Then he said that some of the things that they could not analyze, they took it under the microscope. They checked all of those things under the microscope. He said that by the time they got to where they buried him, that the body was already decomposing, and he has already swollen up, and his skin was even peeling. They showed the pictures of all of the skin peeling. It's only from the knee that that skin were still there.
Hold on, no, I'm lost. Please, I'm sorry, please. At what point, please, did this decomposition, were you able to, did they explain it? At what point, because he was exhumed at night, from, I think, 9 days after he's being buried.
9 days.
Yeah, so at what point did they say to you people that he was decomposing? Like, please.
By the time they exhumed the body,
okay.
By the time they exhumed the body, they find out that it was already decomposing. That some of his internal organs were already decomposing by the time they exhumed him, and I think that was also formed the basis of their conclusion. That was also formed the base of their conclusion that for the fact that the body was decomposing, they couldn't get the accurate thing, and he said that when they tested his liver and kidney, they found out that the drugs that were injected to him, that 2 of them were on the moderate level, and but it's only one that was a bit high. But all of those things, all of those drugs is not still enough to kill him. It's not enough to make. Now, then the pathologist made an example. He said, sometimes when someone has malaria, and maybe the person now dies by that, sometimes it is not the malaria that actually killed the person. There's something they call epileptic. He called the name is epileptic shock. I don't know if someone can. So that was that it's a reaction. So he said it is that shock that somebody have reacted to. That an epileptic shock. So that is what is actually caused the death of someone. So, but in the eyes of very other people, people just say, it is malaria, it is malaria. But when they check into it, so that is why he said the reaction of that drug that was given, just like probably he has an allergy, to that particular drug. So it causes a reaction that triggered it. He said if the drug was taken orally, and he has actually reacted, that it is still possible that he will die, but it will not be immediately like that. He said, but because it is intravenous, and the most deadly is a vein, that was why it was quick. That was why the drug was reacted quickly and it passed on. But if it was to be orally, and they will be able to still have time, a little bit of time to take him to the hospital, and they will try and resuscitate him and thereabout like that. So he also said that his neck was not broken, that the neck was actually bent. He said the neck can be bent, that a dead body can be bent and not broken. But he said that the casket was inferior, and
the casket was what?
Very easy for them. The casket was inferior. That it was like Paco.
Okay, inferior casket, Niwora.
Yeah. Yes. That and the size was not his size. So hence that was what made him to bend the neck like that. He said that contrary to that, people said they saw blood. He said they did not see blood. He said they did not see the blood on the casket. He said he said that day, he explained that day rain fell, and the mud has mixed with some of that, because he has already been decomposing, that the mud and and the composition, all those things that is chemicals that will be something that is releasing in the body, were the one that form that that stain that people feel that it was actually blood, according to them. So that was so he said the part of the body that they removed was just like a chunk of a peanut, like just the size of a peanut. Not as if they cut the body, like just the size of a peanut when they dissected the body, and all the organs of the body, all the body is complete. Now there was a critical question that the Lagos State lawyer asked the pathologist. The pathologist said that sometimes
sorry to tattoo. I'm waiting. The pathologist saw the casket. Positive is saying Mohbad.
Yeah.
So they used the casket to carry him into the lab.
No. They didn't use casket to carry him to the lab.
So is the toxicology became a pathologist? I thought it's in America. No,
the autopsy was done in Lutz.
The autopsy, okay. So
yes. So the samples of.
So everything was done in Lutz.
No. The sample of what they took to abroad to do. They don't have any toxicology pathology center in Nigeria. So the sample of what they took was just the chunk or the size of a peanut on some of the body to go and test to see if there was any trace of drugs, any trace of substance abuse, any trace of drugs, and all of those things. So they could not see any trace of drugs in his body. In
the one from America.
Yes, there is any trace of blood in his body. So then he said that the tattoos on his body, that those tattoos were deep. They were deep tattoos that he did on his skin. He said, I didn't mean it was these normal tattoos that as the skin is peeling off, the tattoos will be peeling off with it. But we were still able to see those tattoos in the pictures that he was showing. It was really, really glaring. And so the different tattoos he drew on his body, he wrote his mother's name on his body, he wrote the father's name on his body, he wrote Adora's name, he wrote Blessing's name on his body. On one side of his body, he wrote Liam. On one side, he drew so many things. So they're not asking that, the pathologist said that sometimes when they bring bodies like that, they see some kind of tattoo, they'll be able to identify what kind of person that person, the disease is. So the lawyer now, what kind of person is Mohbad? He said, with this kind of tattoo, that not with this kind of tattoo on him, that we're able to determine the kind of person he is. But so the lawyer now asks that, is it possible that the chemicals, since the tattoo is deep in his skin, is it possible that the chemicals in his body, on the tattoo that he used, will also, have a reaction? Can also be the possible thing. He said, the pathologist said yes, that it is possible that that substance also. So that's substance that you took, and then the tattoo too. Those tattoos too can have impact, on the cause of those things. So on his body, in fact, the body, we could not even recognize the body, the face. Everything has been, yes, it has become decay. His face, people were literally crying yesterday, and when they were showing the pictures, when they were about to show the picture, but Mohbad could not, had to leave, because the man announced that the death was unascertained, and when they were about to show the slide, he had to leave. His face cannot be recognized. You can't really recognize his face. Everything, all the part of it was just a gory. There's nobody that will see that picture and will not be moved to tears. It was really indeed, it was indeed a very emotional time as at that point in time. For many people. It was, in fact, if seeing how his legs is being dissected, his head and some other part, but everybody, all this body part has been, assembled back and deposited in the morgue.
But I thought they said that the commissioner of information said that they put him in the morgue. The morgue that he's in is for rich, as in it's really, really good, very good morgue. So how did his body decompose in a morgue that is very good? Like they said, the morgue that is in is actually for the rich people, where the Lagos State governor, put him. So how?
Yeah, I think, in my own opinion, I think those pictures that was taken when it was brought into the lab. Yes, because they showed us how they brought him in with the clothes, with that white clothes still on, and the cap, that they, and how when the cloth was removed, I think it was done in sequence. It was done in sequence. Why they were, removing the clothes and, working on the bodies and all of those things. It might not be one day. In my own opinion, it might not be one day. It might just be maybe they were doing it, at intervals as it is. In my own opinion. So maybe as at that point in time, it has not been deposited. Maybe until they finish working on him. That was, but his face, when it's just like the face is just like when somebody is being burnt beyond recognition. That's the hair, but in that case it is like decomposing beyond recognition. So I don't know if it was a rich person's, but I think when they are still working on the body, there's how they leave it. I don't know, maybe.
Kekan, please. Yeah, good evening, man. How are you, man?
How are you, my dear?
Kekan, what did you listen to Shittu's press after the inquest? You from his expression, it shows that he knew there was something not right about that result being read to us, and he was saying something about the pathologists are still going to explain better.
Yes. The next inquest.
Yeah, in the next inquest.
Yes,
so
he's going to cross-examine the pathologist, right?
Yes, and that is where the secret of what they've been hiding will come out. It's obvious that we know all these delay tactics. Could it be until when Berekete actually got involved that they started,
That's what I thought too.
Let me say this. Let me say this. The previous inquest, I think when Berekete got in, I think Berekete was lied to. Yes.
So we don't think we know the guy lied now. Have you forgotten?
No, not the guy, as in they lied to Berekete. As in he was lied to.
Yeah,
that's what he's affirming too.
The guy, because on that day, you see how
the Minister of Information.
He said, I will call back. Let me make some calls. I was
informed,
Commissioner of Information.
Commissioner of Information.
About something that is trending in the whole world, And
now, when Berekete actually gave the date, now let me say this: when Berekete actually gave that date, that okay, we should wait for 10 weeks or thereabouts. Now, I think
Berekete didn't give the date.
They gave us
Commissioner of Information
that gave.
Ask him how long.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
And,
that's
and
10 weeks.
He said 7 to 10 weeks. So Berekete said 10 weeks.
Now, the point I'm trying to make is that after that day, as at that point, the inquest has not. I think it was after before the previous inquest. Now, nothing was done to that to that toxicology this thing. While everybody,
let me refresh your brain a bit. The guy said that they have sent the stuff to an hospital in America, and he gave us the name of the hospital. And the next day, me and some other people made a phone call to those people on behalf of the Aloba. And they confirmed that there was no international body for anything like that. In fact, they don't even do toxicology in their hospital. They only do autopsy. So, there was already...
the time they took it, you remember the last inquest that one pathologist came?
Yes.
There was one inquest that one pathologist came.
Yeah. And that
was when the body was taken for toxicology.
Oh my God.
Now I don't know if many people can remember. I said that after that inquest, I waited back to make an inquiry. I said that one time that I waited back after that inquest that same day to make an inquiry.
I remember.
And when I make an inquiry. And when I make an inquiry, that was what I got. That it was that day money was released to take that body for toxicology.
And again, Minister of Information.
Not when
because Minister of Information was actually clueless.
Yeah, he even said the money has been allocated by the Lagos State government, and then
he said it was that day. It was after that day, after that inquest, that the money was issued out.
Oh my! And he lied. He said the money has been issued out. That he knows the governor has released the money, but that he's going to do his investigation and he will come back to Brekete when he called him. And he came back and he was just still lying.
Yeah, because they called. There was one that spoke from Abuja. So later on, it was then Brekete called the Minister of Information. I said Minister. I don't know. Commissioner of Information, Lagos. Yes, Lagos. Yeah. So the one in Abuja, that one was clueless because that one was apportioning blame to social media. That one was apportioning blame to people on the social media, blah 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 blah. It wants so it didn't make sense. So the Commissioner of Information, who was the one that eventually Baba Mohbad, they allowed Baba Mohbad to speak to him. If you remember,
on the live show,
yes, and Baba Mohbad said two things. He wants autopsy and DNA, which he said they would do it. That definitely, of course, those two things are very, very important that they would do it. And he was the one that told us that we should wait. We were like, 7-10 weeks. We were crying that day. So I believe that was...
It was the PRO, the police PRO that said that it was the social media people, whatever, that he was condemning. So it was the commissioner that actually said that was rude. And Brekete was asking these people do you think I should call him back? Do you think I was... And then people said, no, don't call him back. The man was rude. Eventually, he used his discretion. He called the guy back. And that was where we were able to get certain information. And he was able to come out and make a fool of himself because he lied to us.
Yes, he did.
On the live show.
He did.
He lied to us.
Because you know what, Lagata? And all of you, K-Crown, I want you to look at it from this aspect. Because I was speaking to my boss, and that's my field. I'm not medical field now. I'm not a pathologist. I mean the legal aspect of it. We have had cases. I mean, there are cases. If you go and check our precedences, we have so many cases of where a lady was spied, by mo bí mo ṣe fẹ́ wo bá sùn forceful ìbáṣepọ̀ mo bí mi ṣe fẹ́ sọ torí TikTok yìí, you understand? And then a year later, specimen yẹn lára ẹni tí wọ́n lọ exhume body ẹ̀, it was then done, and the person that was of course going through this particular inquest and everything was ṣe test yẹn, wọ́n dẹ̀ rí specimen lára òkú. It's meshed and mashed. So how did they do it? So Koyemi?
It was 2 weeks. I did doing when the what's his name? Timothy, the wife. It was after 2 weeks they found the body at the back of the hotel. And they were still able to do autopsy. I think I think in the next coroner inquest, I don't think the us should wait for that now. People should let us get the private autopsy done. I mean, if they can make inquiry from a special toxicology, whatever, and ask these questions like, okay, this is the situation of things. Do you still think we can get an accurate private autopsy done that will give us a clear answer? If they can tell us, they don't even need to involve the police or involve the
yeah, but you know, anything that needs to be done, Lagata, you guys should do. You always know that there's always a lead counsel. It must go through the son.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The son.
He's an experienced. I'm very proud of that man. To be sincere, mo wa happy go with what.
The pathologist said. The pathologist said that. So they asked him that. They asked him that that if they take that same sample that he did, that is it the same result that they will still get? He said yes.
Yeah, but we can make inquiry from other people. Kekran, let me bust a bubble here. You see, even from a bone, they can still a skeleton of a human part that they can still get all these things done.
They exhume bodies. He got to pack King Pharaoh. One more now. King Pharaoh ta abalaye. Oyibo pe King Pharaoh jade now.
My question is, from the beginning, the Lagos State government should have provided Baba Mohbad an information that it needs to bring a medical team that will supervise and monitor the part of the body that was. How are we sure now that that part of the body that they took from Mohbad is actually Mohbad's one?
Number one. Question one.
Number two. Why didn't the government enlighten Baba Mohbad?
Exactly, because sorry to say, Baba Mohbad is an illiterate when it comes to stuffs like this.
Even if he's educated.
No, he's an illiterate, so they are supposed to do it by law. It's a right. It's his rights.
Even if he's educated, even if he's a learned person,
he wasn't advised at all.
A citizen is entitled to those kind of information. You know, like. It's just
he's right. You know, no representative from his family as per medically.
They want to go and bring blessing as a teller.
Omolomo, kilomolomo yemo.
What does she know?
Kilomo.
What does she know? What does she know? It's a normal protocol. It's a normal thing to do.
He be tell me to expect to lead counsel ye because this man mo really gbati man for now. Mo feel pe this man, this Wahab, I have a feeling
He was not convinced from
yes, mo gbati e pẹ̀lú bó ṣe comport àti the way he addressed.
People were not talking about that interview, but what?
No, I played it yesterday. Or did I? Okay. I listened to it and I'm very impressed. In fact, that is why I came back today to talk about him. I spoke on that man. I said he's not convinced. And that is where you see a good lawyer. You understand? A barrister. Now look at it. He said there's room for suspicion. Because when they say something is undetermined, meaning there's suspicion.
And he said we should not worry that they just told you something. Obviously, we should keep calm and relax, that they are going to obviously break it down and go into details and give us information about it. So which means he knows that thing there's something dodgy that's happening. So I don't know. Please don't let us give up. I still believe we'll get justice. It's just that a lot of things are going to be exposed, you know, and this is what's happening.
Yeah, but you see why I'm concerned. I will still tell you people this. The lead counsel, please. I know that sometimes even the petition, that is ongoing, they need to press charges. Do you know why? Because as far as I am concerned, everyone around Mo still need to be petitioned and they should be charged to court. It happened during Timothy's time. Falano did it. Go and check precedents.
The nurse is still coming to coroner inquest anyway. The nurse is still coming to coroner inquest.
Okay, so when is he adjourned to again?
25th of next month.
Okay. Okay, this time around is more than 4 weeks.
I think all of them are coming back. Even Sam Larry and all of that are all coming back to Corona Inquest. So they are all going to be reinvited, and I don't know. It's going to take a while, but yeah.
Yeah, like I was saying to you people yesterday, I said it. I said when they say something is undetermined, that means that they are going to use fact finding. They are going to use facts to be able to determine who to charge to. Yeah, that's what they are going to do. They are going to see. They are facts. In fact, it may come up that they are going to do phone forensic. Don't be surprised. If that sister ever decide láti bá wọn dig ọ̀rọ̀ yìí, you people will see.
Phone forensic is in the pipeline already.
So they may, because this is if autopsy is not ready to determine, I mean, isn't undetermined. So the best thing is facts.
There will be a lot of exposure.
There's no amount of you throw away your phone. Forget it. If you like, use another phone. They will still do, except they kill Glo, MTN. All their phone numbers, or Luku, you see more low during his lifetime. That's all they need. Fact, that's what they call phone forensic.
From June 2023 to the current date.
Exactly. So if you like, go and change your phone. I don't use that number again. Komata. The company is still there. MTN is there. Glo is there. Gbogbo Awon. All they need is the number. That is all. And that's it. They have to go deep. They use fact finding. I just expect them to, if even 2023 is too far, they should start from July. Last one títí was September tí mo kú. Oh my, makes sense. Oh my.
They like to do 6 months before, so
yeah.
They can.
Yes. So August, September, October, December.
6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if they say they can't remember the number? They will remember the number. Prime Boy knows Mohbad's phone number. Prime Boy remember the phone number he and Wunmi communicated. You understand? So Darosha, all of them know their numbers. All of them. One more number around now. If nothing at all, Prime Boy, Wunmi, they know each other's number. Abi? Ending.
All this number has been taken down and been noted down. Mohbad's number.
Everything. And of course, they've all given their statement. Remember, all of them have given statements before. All of them. Gbogbo Awon.
Nigerian government, they failed us big time.
Oh, they failed us. So they did. What failed? What failed? In fact, a lot of people have had that premonition that is going to be like that. But I was hope that Lagos State government will mess up. But they will want to prove a point. But when I knew, the time I gave up on them was Brekete.
Said that thing that day with that lady at the house when
yes.
It was a big sign. It was a red flag.
Yes. Do you know when I saw the red flag was from Brekete? When they said, can you come weeks? Money, no, this is not possible. What kind of toxicology will share from September till...
Brekete knows all of this. He gave us a clue that day, but people didn't pay attention.
Yes, he did.
He said that toxicology, even we have done several ladies, within 3
weeks. Yes, he said it. Yes. He said it.
And he said they have done couple. And he was asking Professor Ike that, do you remember we had the one case toxicology? He said 3 weeks, so he knows. But he actually put that man. He didn't throw him under the bus. He threw him under Eurostar train. Because he messed up. He lied. Of
course, he lied to the public.
He gave him options to lie. And the guy actually thought that he was entertaining him. And he was confident and was proud to even come out with so many lies. So
you could see from it was tutoring now. You could tell. It was so glaring. It was so glaring. You know, that Brekete called them out and he said we should wait till that time. Of course, by now, Atigba results in Atigbo. I know a lot of things is happening, but you know, it's not everything I can talk. You know, I can't say all. You know, I know a lot of things that is happening. I mean, as in, what I mean is that many things also is scattered, you know, but I'm just hopeful, you know, I'm just hopeful with some things that I saw yesterday. I'm hopeful with some things. And if this son, I hope and pray, the way he started, I hope that energy, he continues with it. That's just my prayers. That same energy. You know, there's sometimes that you have a barrister who has passion for this case, and all he wants is that he wants justice. That's the kind of passion Tifala Normani to the he will always, you know, and Ganifa when that you will see them, they do very well in a case, they always excel. Yes, that passion, the same passion is all we ask for.
I think that, you know, with this new son too, I think you're actually right. And if it were to be, I'm not shading them, but if it were to be that it is still the Dumosu daughter that was still coming,
òun ni mo sọ, mo ti sọ ní kó tó dé sórí platform. Mo ní reason tí mo ṣe pariwo.
That's what I saw. They won't be able to stand, or you know, with the way the lawyer, their sons even argued with, like, real argument, or not just like.
Maybe before the judge was called to bench, man, yet son. Don't you know that that's hierarchy? Before she was called to bench, go to the magistrate, boya son or guy ni, and that's what they look at in Nigeria. Nigeria, that's how in fact, legally, that's how they operate. Only Japan to wa lori imagine or my report down ni Wahab yẹn. So the kind of argument, because they have a lot of precedents that they will be able to table to the judge. You will see now that they are saying that this is Falana, we of course and of course that man, if he's truly as he's starting, I'm hopeful. I just pray nothing should water him down, because sometimes, you know, this son, but you know, anyway, son is the best for this. You can't employ the service of a baby. Koloma represent. That's why the judge yẹn ní òun sick, òun tọ̀, òun yàgbẹ́, òun ṣe kinní kan. Wo serious, ó kàn wo gbogbo team justice for Mohbad as a cartoon. This is the real thing now. If we are serious about something, we need to do it seriously. And I'm very happy this man, mo ti restart your man yẹn gan, ó tún dàbí ẹni tó kọ́kọ́rọ́ wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. I'm very impressed. And he's very intelligent, of course, his son. What do you expect?